Hello guys, welcome back. As you can see in our previous video, we were able to set up our admin change password. We were able to work on these three tabs: password, new password. Now in this video, we'll make this changing of password executable. So how do we do that? We'll go to our admin change password page in our VS Code. That's admin change password page. Only this. Only this. Now to make it executable, in our admin change password page, our old password, we've added the name, also add an ID. ID will be old password here. Also add an ID here, which will be new password. And the name for this one will be new password confirmation. And the ID will also be new password confirmation. So now to make the change of password executable, we'll go to the form here. Yeah, this is the form here. Then we'll create our route to update the password. So what do we name our route? We can name it admin password update. Admin password. So now after naming our route here, we need to create it in our web.php. So we are going to create this route inside our admin middleware, so that only admin will have access to the route. You copy this, paste it. To be a post method. And what is our route name? Our route name is admin password. We come here, admin password update. The URL will be admin password update. And also the method name will be admin password. So in our admin controller, we'll create another method here. The public function. And what is our method name? Our method name is admin password update. Copy it. Remember I told you if your route will be a post method, in your admin controller, you have to call the request here. And also the dollar request. It's as simple as that. So this method controller will be adding multiple validation. So the first validation we'll add is we'll make this field required, and we'll make this field, whatever you put in this field and this field, to be matched. If not, it will give you an error. Now let's go back. Now to make all the field we want to be required, let's put a note here. So we'll take the requested field. What are the requested field? They are from our admin change password. Requested field, this field here, our old password and our new password. So the requested field will be We use a default function in Laravel which we call validate. Validate. And inside the validate, come down. What are the requested field? The requested field name is old password. We'll copy this, come to our admin controller, and we'll paste it. So our old password should be what? Should be required. Type required. And also the next field we want it to be required. What is it called? Our new password. Our new password too. Our new password should be also be required. And this should be in a single quote. Don't forget to put your comma here. So our old password field now will be required. You can't press submit without putting something in this field. And also our new password field will also be required. And it should be equal to this field here. Whatever you put in your new password be equal to whatever password. Just put in there. So this new password required, and adding this confirm there, it means that whatever you put in the new password must be equal to whatever you put in the old password. So we put our semicolon here. So we are done with our first validation. So now our second validation, we want to check if the old password match what is in our database. If whatever we put here as password, if it match what is database. If it doesn't match, it will give us an error. Let's do that. So to check if the password we are providing in the request field match whatever is in our database, we will use the if condition. That is if so inside the if condition, not remember if you are using hash in your code, you must use it up here too. Don't forget that. That is if not hash, then you will check the requested field, which is the old password. You check the requested field. So if the password we are putting inside there, which is not hashed, then alt user password. So what we've done here is if the requested field, which is password, if it's not hashed, that is whatever we are putting here won't be a hashed password. You see, in our Laravel database, whatever password you put, it will convert it into an hashed password. So if the password in here, if it's not hashed, and we check it with the authenticated user ID, that is, we check it with this particular user that is logged in our database, we check the field password in our database. If it doesn't If it doesn't match, so if the password we are putting here, which will not be hash password, if it doesn't match the user logged in field data here, if it doesn't match this, give us an error. So if the hash password, we check the requested old password we are inputting. If it doesn't match the logged in user, the authenticated logged in user password field, to give us an error. So we'll use the notification to give us an error. So it will give us a notification. We'll get a notification here that old password does not match. So we'll get this old password does not match. So our alert type will be error, not success. So it's going to redirect us to the back page. So we don't even need this redirect. It should just return us to the back page like this. Turn to the back page with function, then to take the notification variable. So let's copy this end method comment here. So now we've checked two of the validation we wanted to check, and we want our input field to be required. We also want to confirm if our old password is equal matches if our old password matches the old password we have in our database. If not, it will tell us old password does not match. And also the last validation we want to check is not actually validation. The last thing we want to do is update the password. Let's put a comment. Update new password. So that means if the not hash password, our requested field, which is old password, if it match what is in our password, so execute this line of code here. So we'll use the user model. So we are using the user model. Make sure it is loaded up here too. We'll use the user model with a function called where id Laravel. Where id. So inside the where id function, we'll take the authenticated user id. So the user that is logged in id. We'll take the authenticated user id. Then what do we do after that? We update it. So we'll use the update function. So now we'll take the field name from our database, which is password. So inside the single quote, password. Inside the password. Remember, if we are changing our password from here, we are not putting an hash password. We have to convert the password into hashed password. Now we do that, we'll convert it to hash password. Hash. And as we are using hash, remember we've used it up here too. We've used our hash up here. Use eliminate support package hash. So hash and make function. Inside the make function, our requested new password. Requested new password. You put your semicolon here. Now I hope you understood what we did here. So from here, we validated our old password and made it required, and also made our new password required, and also we made the new password to be equal to the confirmed password. So the new password field should be equal to the confirmed. That's why we added this confirm. So now in this second validation, we are checking if the password we are putting into the new password field, and so in this line of code here, we are checking if our old password we are putting in the old password field, if it matches the logged in user password in the database. So if it doesn't match the logged in user password in the database, it will give us this error: old password does not match. But if it matches it, we are going to be updating it using the update method in Laravel. So the password will make it hash, then the requested new password inserted into the data. So after doing that, we should get a notification that new password have been updated. So let's copy this notification. Password updated successfully. So now let's check what we've done. We save all and we'll run this line of code. PHP artisan. Go to our browser and we'll refresh it. So now let's check the first validation if our old password field will be truly required. So now let's save changes. As you can see, our old password field is required. This error message is the error message we added inside our blade file, inside the admin change password. So this error message you are seeing here, it's this invalid error message. So inside the error message, which is the old password, we are passing we are passing the error message, which is message, using a class text danger. So this text danger is what made the border of this form field red, the text red. So we added it for our old password and new password. Now you can't save changes. You have to include something here. Now let's add a different password in the new password and confirm password. So let's see if it give us error. As you can see, it gave us the error. The new password field confirmation does not match. So this error we got here is the one we included here, which is to confirm if the new password will match the confirmation password. So if as it doesn't match, it gave us the error message. And see the new password field confirmation does not match. So now let's also check one of the validation we did. If the password we are going to put here will match the one in our database. If it doesn't match, it's going to give us this error code. Old password does not match. So let's type so save changes. The new password field required. So let's type to save changes. As you can see here, old password does not match. That means we gave a wrong password. So let's put in the right password. Change it. You can see the password was updated successfully. but the alert type we used error is supposed to be success. Success, then save all. Now let's update it again. You can see password updated successfully. So we're able to do our multi-validation system here for our to change our password. I hope it was clear enough. In our next video, we've been working on our backend since. So in our next video, I'll be working on our front end. So I'll be loading one of our front end team here in our next video. What we'll be doing in our next video, we'll be loading our front end team here. So you see how our front end blogs will actually look like. See you in the next video.